All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's try to add other people to join the live session. We want to welcome you to the call this evening. We're trying to make sure that other people join. Okay, 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 okay. Let's see. Let's try to share the link to others. Okay, are you okay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm trying to see other viewers on call, so that's why. So kindly send a request if you can hear me, so that I can add you to the video call, so we can commence. Okay, good. If you can hear me, that's fine. Okay. So kindly send a request so that I can connect to the video call so we can commence. Yeah, thank you, sir. I want to be sure that all our audience are part of the call already. Okay, so I'm trying to add you now. You can join. Kindly accept. Yeah, so I've gotten it. Okay, okay, I can see some likes coming from there. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Samuel. Oh, perfect, perfect. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, I want to sincerely appreciate everybody for joining the call tonight. I'm trying to get our audience to join us, and so we can be sure that we are together. Uh, do you have power back at your end, sir? Okay, okay. Okay, good evening, everybody. I want to sincerely welcome you to our first live session. Oh, thank you, Olajumoke Oyinike. Thank you so much for joining the call. You are all welcome. And I want to sincerely welcome you to our first live session from the Business Ideation School. Okay, so it's already late over here, so in the comfort of my room, so we're doing this together. So wherever you're joining from, we sincerely appreciate you. Nigeria, United Kingdom, Canada, USA, all over the world. I know a lot of people will still watch this after this session. So, anyways, we are all welcome to the call. So, before we go ahead, before we commence, I want to make sure that I brief you of the Business Ideation School and what we have been doing so far and how we have come Business Ideation School and what we have been doing so far and how okay. So kindly mute your mic so that by the time you want to speak, you can unmute it so that the echo will not be too much. Thank you. Okay,
I'm
so
trying to do that. The button is
I'm trying
somewhere
to
very
share.
hidden.
You said?
Um, I'm trying to mute myself.
Oh,
Just
okay,
one.
okay, okay. That's
All
good.
right. Let's
Um,
continue.
I hope everybody can hear me. I'm trying to share the link for others to as well join us. Let's make sure that all our community see the link to join. Okay, 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 okay. All right, all right. So okay, so we are back now. We're back now. Okay, I guess Mr. Samuel is trying to connect with his network. All right, so before he comes to join us, I just wanted to say thank you so much. And we've been coming for a very long time now. So this is the Business Ideation School where we teach and help people to refine their business idea in such a way that it will be useful and valuable to them. And tonight we are looking at our first broadcast, our first tech session, which is on digital technology. Our first tech session, which is on digital technology. And I'm sure that it's going to be engaging, it's going to be enlightening, it's going to be, informative because we are in the tech world and every one of us must inculcate or imbibe and must learn the use of technology in our businesses, in our personal lives, in everything that we do. So I'm trying to okay, okay. So you are welcome, Mr. Samuel. You are highly welcome. I'm trying to connect him to the call so that we can go ahead with our session. Okay, you are welcome to the call. Can you hear me from your end? Are we together?
Yes, I hope you can hear me as well.
Yes, I can hear you clearly. I can hear you clearly.
All right, so yeah. So thank you for having me.
Yes, so I'm sure that quite a lot of people are on the call now, so we can go ahead with your session. Thank you, sir.
All right, good. I believe it's evening for almost everybody. Good evening, everyone. Or good day for wherever you may be joining from. It's nice to be here. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel, for having me. So I'm here to talk about digital technology and how we can leverage it in our day-to-day life. That's the part that I'm really going to be focusing on. I want
Okay, absolutely.
to. You want to say something?
No, no, no. Continue, sir. Continue.
Yeah. So, like Mr. Emmanuel said, my name is Samuel. Nice meeting you all. I'm a software engineer, so I know some one or two things about tech, and I'm willing to share with everyone of us here. I'm also willing to learn from everybody. It's just about us sharing information together and getting to know more about something. Uh, so I'm hoping that by the end of this session, we will gain one or two things. Everybody has to gain something. I myself that is going to be speaking, and everyone else, I hope will be able to gain something. So um, I would just like to my talk here. Tech is not a career. It's not a career path. It's the superpower you must have. And
Mm,
the assumption of everybody or most people is that tech is tech is people that write code or one genius behind one computer that is all buried there, creating some kind of magic. And for several people, it feels like a daunting thing, something that you are not, when you are not clear of something, when you are oblivious of something, it looks scary from afar. And part of what I'll be, doing today is to demystify all of these things so that we have a soft landing into it where everybody can know the different, side where they can ease into it and where it is supposed to be useful for them. I know a lot of people would have been, in all of this new thing that is going on, this AI thing going on, and be like, oh, AI, AI, AI. Am I going to lose my job? Is it going to take my job? Is it, several conversations everywhere. Somebody's launching this thing, somebody's launching that one. And some people are just like, oh, how does this even translate to, for me, my regular day to day? What does this mean for me, my day to day life? Probably as a student, as a business owner, as somebody who's just starting a business, somebody who's just launching their career, and somebody, just curious, you know. So all of these questions, I would be able to answer some of these questions for us, and yeah. So let's roll in. So there's like I said, there's a myth. For some people, they will say, "Oh, I'm a law student. I sell clothes online. Maybe you have a clothing line on Instagram, or oh, I studied some course in school. So tech is not for me. I don't really have anything to do with tech." But that's not true, actually. The truth is, tech is not the goal. Tech is the amplifier for everything that you do.
mm,
A lawyer that is using AI to, simplify some part of the work that the person is doing is like having one extra hand that is helping you to do your work. So that person automatically has a higher leverage than somebody that is not doing the same thing. Or a trader, for instance, that Imagine there was no Instagram. Imagine there was no Facebook Live that we're doing now. That means every one of us that are here on this live video would have to gather in some room and have to do this talk physically. So maybe you have to travel down. For instance, there's Beverly Israel here joining us from Kenya. That means the person would have to travel to wherever location we are going to be having this conversation. And there's the risk of traveling, there's the cost of traveling, there is the um there's so many things attached to traveling for you to learn for some maybe an hour or two, but you could do it from the comfort of your probably the person is even on the bed right now and they're watching this. And they could still come back to it at some point later to watch this and still gain from it. So that is the superpower that tech gives you. It is not just about so and tech is now in every of our daily lives. The fact that you have a phone, that means you've been empowered with tech like 100 times more than somebody who doesn't have a phone. And the fact that there is internet connected to that phone, that means you are even more empowered. I'll say 1,000 times better than somebody who does not have internet because the internet brings everything to you into a small world, a small bubble where you can talk to anybody at any time from anywhere. So tech is not, so let's kill the myth of tech is not for me. Tech is for everybody, and everybody really needs to leverage tech. Tech is for everybody to use. I will give some numbers. For instance, in Nigeria, Nigeria is on the global ranking for cryptocurrency. Many of us would have heard about cryptocurrency. That's digital money, digital assets, and all of that. Nigeria ranks six in the global crypto rank. So that means the amongst the nations of the world, Nigeria is number six in the adoption of crypto. So, and that's just after India, China, and all of these countries have way larger populations than Nigeria. And another number I'm giving is we have over 107 million internet users in Nigeria, which means Nigeria is about 200, have about 200 million population, which means more than half of Nigerians are on the internet, which makes it that if you are selling something and you decide to put it online, you have 107 million people minus yourself as your potential customers. And then I'm still citing about information about Nigeria, right? So Nigeria is a nation of youth. The median age in Nigeria is about 18.1. So that means most Nigerians right now are of the on the side the youth population is the most population in Nigeria. So that means give or take you have about say 60 million people who are potential who are very vibrant, very young that are your potential audience in Nigeria. If we are not even considering the older people, you are not considering the grandparents or your parents' age. Just compare, your peers alone. And there are several people that are selling to these millions of people, where either through content, either through a product they offer or something. So there is a lot to gain from tech because of this. Internet and tech has brought 107 million people to you if you are in Nigeria. Not to now talk of the rest of Africa, the rest of the world. And you can be in your room somewhere in the corner of Lagos or something, and people would be listening to you from the United States, from China, from anywhere. And tech is so great that we have technology that can now, even as you speak, people would be able to hear you in their own language, not even English that you speak. So that is how broad and how easy tech has made things. Even if they cannot hear you, if for instance you make a video and do a translation with it, people can hear you in that language of their choice. So those are just some numbers. So there's what we call digital literacy. So literacy, what does literacy mean? Literacy is when you know how to use something. So digital literacy would mean, knowing how to use a computer, knowing how to browse the web, using Microsoft Word. Of course, if you're a student, for instance, you have to submit your assignment, you have to write essays. So you have to know some of these things. And the simplest form, knowing how to post a selfie, knowing how to take pictures for Instagram. So that means if you can do some of these things, maybe not all of
Mm,
them, you are to some extent a digital literate, right?
mm. Yeah.
But so on the other side of things, we have digital leverage. So digital leverage will mean how are you using these things to benefit yourself? How are
Mm,
you using these things to benefit the society? How are these things of benefit or something either you are doing already or you're not doing yet? So, for instance, using social media to reach 10,000 customers, using coding to automate some boring things, using AI to do what you would do in 10 hours in 1 hour.
mm,
That is digital leverage. So that's the goal we have today, to know how we can leverage this digital technology that is all about in our face,
mhm,
and how to make the best of it. Yeah.
mhm.
So I'll start from the new elephant in the room. I will not say it's the elephant, it's the new elephant because there are several elephants, but this brand new one is AI, right? So I would say AI is your second brain, for let's put it that way. So how do I mean? So I was discussing recently that I see AI as like like an employee.
Mm,
So for instance, let's say you have a business, you sell clothes, and you are to you don't really know so much about finance, so you hire a what's it called now? You are an accountant. So that means every decision you are going to make when it concerns money, or everything that you are going to be doing when it concerns money, you would seek the advice of that accountant. It's the accountant that that knows the nitty-gritty about money and how it's supposed to move around, which
mm,
you are just maybe your own specialty is how to design the clothes, and you are
mm,
very good at that. But you are employing somebody who is also a specialist in another field. So
mm.
now imagine you can employ somebody that has access to all, you know, a lot of knowledge in the world.
Mm.
Not just about the person, not just he has knowledge about accounting, he has knowledge about agriculture, he has knowledge about several things.
Everything. Yes.
I will not say everything because we don't know what the what AI doesn't know. So now, and with just a simple instruction, the person can tell you something that you didn't know about, in few seconds. So that's what I think AI is. That's my definition of AI. So now having that person beside you, as you are not paying the person salary. You are not paying the person. The person is not going to go and eat. The person is not going for lunch. The person is not going on holiday. The person
Mm.
is living with you inside your house, not just inside your house, inside your phone. So you can call the person at any point in time and say, "Oh, I have this thing. Can you explain it to me?" And the person can
Mm.
explain it to you. That is
So
how I
that
see
away cost
AI
of operation.
automatically. So so one of the things I wrote here is, it's the smartest intern you've ever had. That's AI for you. It works
Smart. Mm,
24/7. It
mm.
never complains. It will not say, "Oh, I've not eaten today." It's always there. So for students for instance, so I how people can leverage AI right now, right? For students, you would want to ask AI, explain, let's say, kinetic energy, explain it to me like I'm a 12-year-old or I'm a 10-year-old.
Mm.
You or maybe there's a concept you learned in school today and it's not really clear. You can easily give AI what you were taught,
Mm.
even if it's a picture of what your lecturer or your teacher wrote on the board, and you say, explain this to
Mhm.
me like a baby would, like you would explain it to a 5-year-old. AI would source for all the information around the world and explain it to you like a little child, and you are, easily, you'll be able to grab it easily. For somebody in business, you can say, "Oh, I have the idea of this post." So let's say you've taken a picture of your product that you want to post on Instagram. You can easily give AI that picture and say, give me the best caption for this post I want to make, and you can explain your idea to AI, and it will to give you like suggestions. You can say, give me 10 suggestions, and it will give you suggestions on what to put there. And for somebody that has already advanced maybe in their career and everything, you want to send an email to maybe a customer or your boss, and you are not sure of the right terminologies to use, the right, there when you're at work, there's a way you will say something and then the the intent is misjudged or misinterpreted. You can easily tell AI, rewrite this email for me in a more professional way. So instead of you asking your colleague that I want to send this email, let me check it before I send it to my boss. AI would have done that for you, and you can easily, yes, it has saved you hours of back and forth and all of that. So, those are some examples of how AI can be leveraged for different sectors, for different people. And there's all kinds of AI tools, which I'm sure that many of us have already probably tried some of them. We should try some of them if we haven't. There's ChatGPT, there's Claude. Those are for text. You can easily text anything to ChatGPT. I've seen people that ChatGPT has become their advisor. Like there's even now, like some sort of idea around ChatGPT making life decisions for people, which has now become something that has become a debate in the ethics of that. Like, I want to people consult ChatGPT for everything they want to do in life. So people are deliberating on it. Would that be a good thing when AI is telling you should I marry, should I not marry, should I you know those kind of things. So some people have used it to that extent where
I want
it
to
is
ask something
making okay.
interested. Yeah, during my session at camp, at the leadership training program, I said something about the fact that we now have two intelligence that is guiding man now, alpha intelligence and artificial intelligence. And a lot of people, a lot of, young adults, older people are now more concentrated on the artificial intelligence rather than them waiting on divine inspiration or alpha intelligence to help them or guide them in the life that they are going through. A lot of people, like 90% now, are now focusing on artificial intelligence to give them decisions. Some people will have dream and they'll go and ask artificial intelligence. Some people want to propose and their best point of this thing is a lot of things. That's what people are now doing now.
Yeah, so and one of the things that speaks to that is, when you have something that gives you an instant response. So
Mhm,
a lot of people would rather go for that, oh, I can just text this thing. And the whole idea behind artificial intelligence is it is using already existing intelligence. So it is
mm,
what people have
yeah,
done that AI consumed, and it is now doing some
exactly.
pattern matching and to give you an output. So it's not creating something new, something brand new, something,
Mm,
it is from different things that AI, what it does, it has learned from everything all around the world, and it is now
mhm,
matching these things to create something for you. So it is not like it is what AI is giving you is the brand new thing. So that's why the
mm,
way you should use it is you are using it to and not to depend on it 100%, but to enhance what you already know.
yeah,
So you know something, you want it to help you to do some part of it, then you review what it has done before you now
mhm,
make use of it. Not that you
mm,
just allow it to take absolute control of your life. It's supposed to be, I'm trying to do this thing. Then, okay,
mm,
this is what I put together. Check it for me. Does it make sense? It will give you something. Then you review what it has given you and
yeah.
then adjust it and make use of it. Not just
Some people don't even
verbatim.
review it. They just treat it like that.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, so there are several tools, several AI tools. If it's for pictures, for videos, there are several of them. Just a Google search on AI tools for making videos. There is Mid Journey. There's a new one that just came out last week from Google. Google Nano Banana is still is the most intelligent model so far. right now. The most intelligent model right now is Google Nano Banana. That's Gemini 3.0 Nano Banana. So that's the latest one. And and it actually creates very, very realistic stuff, very realistic images and all of that. So, and some of you have seen on Instagram, on YouTube, people that create all these different kind of videos with AI. It's even very, some videos now, we've gotten to the area where you don't even know what is real anymore. You can see something and it is not that was not the real thing because AI has done its thing. So that's one part. And the second part I will touch for digital technology and how you can leverage it. Attention is the new oil. So we've moved from the economies of land and factories. Of course, real estate is still a thing, but it is more of an economy of screen and attention. That is why everybody has become an influencer. Everybody has become a content creator. Because if you can capture anything, you can sell anything. You don't need a TV station. Put it on your Instagram, just like we're doing on on this Facebook Live. You have a phone, you can sell to the world. So attention is the new oil, and you know you can. There are several tools that can easily help you to scale to that. You have tools that you can use to create your document, and the way I believe you can leverage media in this case is you don't need to wait to be an expert before you do something. Document your journey. If you want to, let's say, assuming you want to start learning how to sew, you can start vlogging about it. Day one of learning to sew. People want to see. Some people,
Yep.
that are trying to make that decision to learn sewing. When they see your video, that this is what you did on day one, this is what you did on day two, this is what you did on day three, they are happy to follow that step as well. And
Yes.
you don't need to just be funny. Some people will be like, "Ah, I'm not a funny person, I'm not a comedian. How would I make videos?" Even in your niche,
That's what you're selling
in
now,
your
so
area
that's
of
like
profession.
that's the way.
Yeah. So, you can make videos that speak to your specialty. We have someone like a Proco doctor that speaks to things around medicine.
Mhm.
You have people that speaks to areas around law. That is what they don't have to be funny, but they are educating people on day-to-day law. If your own is about food, why not? If your own is about, anything it is, if your own is about teaching, you can make a
Mhm.
day-to-day video on how you were able to manage your class today. So several things. And the way it works is when you distribute those videos, the videos will work for you even while you sleep. So somebody will see what you have done from one corner of the world, and they can, even if they've not patronized you today or something, they
They
would
can
know that the thing,
implement.
it's at the back of their mind. It's registered there that they have somebody they trust. There's a
Exactly.
way when you see somebody consistently online, there's a
Mhm.
sort of trust that you build with that person to the point
Mhm.
that if you are to recommend somebody for a particular kind of thing, that's the person's name that will first come to your mind,
Just put your
even though
mind,
you
yeah.
don't have a personal relationship with that person.
Mhm.
So why don't you want to also be that person that people can remember just by the content that they've shared somewhere online. And there are several places where you can put all of this content. There are even niche social media platforms where you can put some content. There are LinkedIn content, there are Instagram content, there are YouTube content, Facebook
Exactly.
content, TikTok. Each of these platforms have the different niches that they cater to, and you can always leverage that to liberate yourself, to become somebody. And there are several tools that are helping with all of that. We have CapCut, you know, it's you can put CapCut on your mobile phone to edit your videos and all of that.
Mhm.
You have Canva to create graphics. And if your own is about writing, for instance, I write on Substack. Substack is there. Even Substack has when you get to a level, you can make it a paid subscription where people subscribe to
Mhm.
read what you've written.
Put your content.
So if your own is writing, why not? You can start writing. People are there. They want to read what you have. In fact, I read something funny about Substack last week that Substack is the place is where introverts express themselves. So introverts, people that do not want to do videos, but they want to write, they go there. So they see their fellow introverts and they write there. There are several others. There's Medium. Even if it's Facebook, you can write your stuff, post it out there, and let
Mm-hmm.
people read. People are willing to consume knowledge
Mm-hmm.
every time. So we've talked about AI, we've talked about media. We have blockchain. Everybody, maybe not everybody knows blockchain, but everybody knows crypto. Everybody has heard of Bitcoin or something. Probably everybody here has one coin, something, or somebody has told them to come and buy some coin, buy the dip, all of that. So what's the blockchain? I'll define the blockchain in the most simple form. So imagine a notebook that everybody can read from, but nobody has the authority to erase anything from that notebook or tear any page out of it. That's what the blockchain is. So the blockchain is like, we have this one book, everybody comes, write something on top of it, but you are not allowed to clean anything from that book. You are not allowed to tear any page of that book. That's the blockchain. And it's a system that creates trust without needing a bank or a lawyer. So everybody, you trust the system. Everybody trusts the system because you cannot delete anything from it. If you do something from it, it's there on it. It's there and it is there. It is there permanently. The first transaction is there. The latest transaction is there. You can't say, "Oh, my money got missing." It is always there. Your money can be stolen, yes, but you can still trace it back. You know where it went to. You may not just know who the person is,
Yes, yes.
but you can tell that, okay, this is what that money. This is where it went to, and so I can also describe. So I'll go to crypto. So if the blockchain, we can call the blockchain, like, let's say blockchain is Android or iOS that runs on your phone. Crypto is the app that runs inside of it. So cryptocurrency is like WhatsApp. You have to, you can't just, if you carry your Android phone, if you give you a raw Android phone that doesn't have any app, you would not even be able to see anything on the phone to start with. It will be there. It will turn on, but it will be blank screen because everything else that runs on the phone is an app. So WhatsApp is like installing Bitcoin. That's what we can say. Bitcoin is like an app. So something like that. So and we can now talk about things like stable coins. Stable coins is, for instance, we have for in Africa where we have a lot of currencies that are like naira that are very um, susceptible to inflation and all of that stuff, where the value depreciates a lot. That's why we have stable coins like USDT, USDC, where you can store the value of your money without, your money doesn't get to lose value. You convert it to stable coin. We also have Nigerian stable coins now. We have CNGN, for instance. So you store your money in that coin, and then it doesn't lose value over time, and you can easily exchange value across border. If you have USDC, USDT, you can exchange value to different parts of the world with that. So leveraging and the whole cryptocurrency and blockchain ecosystem is also called the Web3. So Web 2.0 is what we are using right now. We are using Facebook, your normal websites. Those are everything that resides on Web 2.0. But Web3 is when we say digital assets, and digital assets goes beyond cryptocurrencies. There's what we call tokenization, where you can buy a part of something, and then you don't necessarily need to own the physical part of that thing. So, for instance, I have this headphone. If I tokenize this headphone, that means I'm going to be keeping this headphone somewhere or something. But everybody that can buy a part of it, so I will digitalize it, put it on a blockchain, and people can now buy uh, some part of it, and they can sell it to somebody else like that. So that person now have an ownership of that, or they own a part of this headphone. So, and things like this have already started to happen in like real estate, in gold, for instance. A lot of people don't want to carry gold due to theft, security. If you carry gold in your hand, everybody they can snatch it from you. But if you buy a digital gold, the gold is somewhere in the vault of a bank, but you are holding the certificate of owning a part of it, which you can take to any other place in the world and say, oh, I have this digital gold. Say I have $100 value of digital gold. I can sell it anywhere else in the world, and those will just hold that certificate or that coin, and then they can always exchange it for value anywhere in the world. So part of what Web3 is doing is ensuring borderless space, so people can make payments all over the world without having to look for dollar, look for pounds or something. They can easily make payments. With Bitcoin, people are doing transactions with Bitcoin. They are doing transactions with USDT, USDC, and the rest of them. After I've spoken about AI, I've spoken about uh, cryptocurrency. We have the fintechs. Everybody knows fintech. We may not just know them as fintech, but I believe most people know fintech. Fintechs are the people that makes your transaction way easy and smooth. Everybody that has OPay and PalmPay, those are examples of fintech companies. What they do is fintech is financial technology basically, and they are bringing financial inclusion to everybody. And it's not just about sending money; it's how easy they make transactions, how easy they make they make it seamless. OPay, PalmPay, for instance, your phone number is your account number. Easy peasy. And in countries like Kenya, for instance, where they don't even use bank accounts, in Cameroon, they use mobile wallets, mobile money.
Yeah.
So your phone, it's like your SMS. That's how you send money to anybody. Easy and smooth. You can go anywhere, scan a QR code, pay for what you want to pay, and everybody gets their money instantly. That fintechs came around and broke the monopoly of big banks, and the banks are now running health together to also make sure that they have fintech products and things like that. So, leveraging how to leverage fintech, fintechs have given us global access to pay all around the world. For instance, there's cheaper cash. Even there are some banks in Nigeria now that are now offering cards that you can use to pay. Maybe you want to pay for your Canva, you want to pay for CapCut, you can use some of your ATM cards now to do that. All these POS businesses that you see all around Nigeria is due to fintechs, Money Point, and all of them. Those are the people that brought about all of those things to make cash flow easy. There are so many people that they don't even use cash, for instance. And if it is in some places all around the world, you don't even touch cash at all. Just your phone with you, and you are good to go. And access to credit facilities are now becoming more open. Because you are now able to build more transaction history. You on OPay and PalmPay, and for instance, if you have not borrowed to the extent that they will start chasing you or start putting your pictures on Facebook that this person is owing them, you can you have easy access to some quick 5,000, 10,000 naira. If you were to go to a bank, a traditional bank, to borrow money, they would tell you to bring your land documents, your house and everything for you to borrow money. But with OPay, having access to your contacts, they know that if you decide to run away from them, they will send a message to everybody and those people will help them chase you. And we have seen some funny things that those people can do with with your picture and everything like that. Yeah.
When the first started, it was brutal.
You will see people that they will put their obituary online and be like, "Oh, this," just because they are owing them, and it's a very, very hilarious tactics how they go about to get their money back. And
I think they have reduced now, sef. Like they have reduced the way they collect their loan back.
uh-huh. So it's a good progress because It's not a good thing because some people are winning just 5,000 or 10,000 and then they put their obituary online and somebody's calling them that are they dead? It's not a nice thing to
at all.
see. And um all of these things that has happened in digital technology also brought us the future of work, which is borderless. There's a lot of Nigerian youth, for instance, that are working from Nigeria but are working for international companies in different parts of Europe and North America.
Absolutely.
You know, they some are freelancers, some are proper employees where they are doing remote work, and
Mm,
they are making good money from it.
mm,
There is if you have certain skills, for instance, there's a particular musician I follow online, and it was like uh, digital technology has brought about so many things that you can do with music, that so many aspects of music that you can contribute to. So they have so many music websites where you can just be somebody. If you play an instrument, you can some people are looking for a keyboardist that will play to their song.
mm.
So they post it online. If you're even on Fiverr, for instance, you can, if you go on Fiverr and you're an instrumentalist and you go there and put your gig there that, oh, I play keyboard, you'll see people that will send their music track, and then you
Mm.
can play keyboard for that music track. You upload it, they you get paid, and you are good to go.
The world has gone.
So
The world has gone a lot digital now. Very deep.
yes, even if your own is, oh, you know how to sing. When I saw that thing, I was very jealous because I really don't know how to do some of those things. I really wish I could do some of those things because it was right there. The guy set up a Fiverr channel, and
Mm.
the guy plays bass guitar, and he was showing us the videos. He got about 5 gigs within a day or two
Wow.
for him to play guitar for those people that just needed a bass guitarist. They've recorded the audio. It just needed somebody to play the bass guitar for them. And within about an hour, it was not with the 4 tracks, and he has gotten about $100 from
Wow.
the gigs. Like, wow, this is so
On
good. It's a
Fiverr.
good,
Mm.
yeah, on Fiverr. Yes. So there are gigs like that. It's not just about, oh, I know how to. It's not just about web design. I can design your website. It's not just about I can do graphics design. Those talents that you have, those skills you have, any skill you have, you can leverage it online to get something from it.
I,
And
I, I think that collaboration is also the new game now. Like collaborate
yeah,
with people around the world.
yes, yes, because sometimes if they are to hire somebody to really, if you are to hire a musician to come and record in a studio for you, for say an upcoming music, you are an upcoming singer and you have to hire somebody that will come and play an instrument for you, it's probably a lot of money compared to
Mm.
somebody from Nigeria that will just do this thing within 15 minutes and
Exactly.
get money done. Some people are looking for people to design their music art for them.
Mm.
There are some people are looking for people to do their PowerPoint for them. People are looking for who to do their CV for them.
I
There are
think
so
that
many things.
for what you said now, sorry to cut you short, there are jobs around the world. It's just that the required skills or the enablement are not available.
So I think most people actually have these skills for people, especially in Africa where we are, there's nobody that's growing up. You are not, you are not, you develop some certain skills. The only problem
Yeah.
is information on where these things are needed.
Mm.
For
Mm.
instance, like this music example I'm talking about now, there's no church that doesn't have a musician. There's no church that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have a keyboardist. There's no church that somebody is not singing there on Sunday. But they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them don't know that even this talent they have can be leveraged somehow, somewhere. Some people are looking
Mm.
for background vocals.
Mm.
We call them backup singers in Nigeria. Background vocals that you have sang a song, somebody you listen to it and sing the background to it. So there are so many things that could be done online. And the good thing is if you leverage what we talked about earlier, the media, if you put out what you do, especially when it comes to like things like in the art form, if it is singing, if it is any things around music, things around art, things that that have physical skills involved with it, and people can see your growth, they can
Yeah.
easily reach out to you.
Yes.
So far, you
I
don't
think
chase them away with your, you are. We know you are very high valued, but don't chase them away with your price.
I think also that I figure that people are also looking for authenticity and
Yeah,
originality. Like, don't
yeah,
fake it. We know that there are a lot of fake things around the world. Like, people are faking them everywhere. But when you are original, it might take a while, but people will still discover you and appreciate your value.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. So let me continue, and then we have Japa, but I'll call this one digital Japa. So everybody wants to Japa, right? Everybody wants to leave Nigeria. There's a lot of things that are happening even around Africa. It's not just Nigeria alone. People want to leave. Even it's not even just Nigeria or Africa. It's not an African thing alone. All around the world, in Asia, people want to go to North America. Even in Europe, a lot of people in the UK, they want to leave the UK. They want to uh, go to Dubai. For instance, the billionaires in the UK, they don't want to stay in the UK anymore. Many of them are leaving the UK to go to Dubai because they believe it's a
Mm,
better place for them. It's a
mm,
better place for them to spend their money. It's a
mm,
better place for them to, they are not going to be taxed as much. So
mm.
people jump out from everywhere. Yes, it's a thing. If you check the news, bankers, big CEOs, they are leaving the UK. It's like that. So, but Japa is expensive, yes, but digital Japa is free.
Wow.
You export your brain, not your body. At least you can start with that, even if you want to, if your goal eventually is
I
to
think
Japa,
I think
you
I will
can,
hold that down. I think I will hold that down. Physical japa is expensive, but digital japa is free. Mm,
yes, absolutely free because if you get a job with a company in North America,
mm,
you can be somewhere in Enugu and they are paying you this, even if they're not paying you what they're paying somebody in America, you know, it's still better than what you would have
but
gotten.
at least it's something that you can use to
Yeah.
move something. Yeah.
Yes. So, and you can gain global experience from your bedroom. There are so many
Mm,
resources that you can learn from anywhere you are in the world.
yeah.
You can become, even if your goal eventually is to Japa, you can become, a high skilled migrant.
Mm,
That's to say that when you are going into that country where you are going in, you are not just going in as, oh, I was just an employee in Nigeria or I just have the skills. You have, gathered so much skills that when they see your CV, when they hear you talk, when they hear you speak, they are
wow.
really, really hungry to take you in. So,
Mm,
so you can become a very highly skilled migrant with that. And for builders, people that really want to go into some part of tech, you want to build with tech. Some are scared of coding. They're like, when they see somebody coding, like, oh my God, this guy is one genius. There are ways that you can do tech. You can build things without coding. There are no code platforms. If it's for
mm,
websites, there are things like WordPress where you can start with. If it's for e-commerce, there's Shopify. You know, there are
mm,
so several tools out there. Webflow, Wix. If you want to organize yourself, organize your life, there's Notion, there is Zapier where you can use to connect. These are automation tools where you can use to connect everything together. So there are several tools out there. There's data analysis. That's one of the new things in the block where companies are looking for people to make sense of the data they have, to bring
mm,
insights into their data.
mm,
So you can, learn if you already know how to use Excel. Why not add some Power BI to it? Learn
mm.
if you have not even started Excel, learn it. It's no one thing is sure. There's no skill you learn that is a waste. At some
That is a
point,
way.
at some day, it will come in handy. So
Mm,
data analysis is there. You don't, some people are scared of mathematics. You don't need to be a mathematician. Just have this curious spirit, the spirit, the eagerness to learn. And,
mm,
you know, it's just making sense of data. That's what data analysis is all about.
mm,
Making sense of, they've gathered a lot of data. They just want somebody to interpret that data and tell them give them insight into that data. So,
mm,
and there are several free tools out there. on LinkedIn Learning, on Coursera. There are many free courses. Even if you can use AI to explain some concept to you.
Hmm.
That's why AI is also there. And then
Hmm.
we'll go to some security. Digital hygiene. They hack a lot of people. People get hacked a lot these days. I see people lose
Hmm.
their account, Facebook, all of these things.
Hmm.
That's why you have what we call two-factor authentication.
Hmm.
When you sign up to something and it offers you two-factor authentication, most websites and applications offer it now. Enable it. It might seem like, oh, you are putting one extra setup and all of that. It's just for your safety. It's for you to have something secure so that nobody just comes and hijack your stuff
Hmm.
from you. Don't share your PIN with anybody. It's supposed to be your PIN. It's for you alone. It's don't If somebody calls you to ask for your ATM card, if you give them, well, I think you are in for a treat. Anyways, always update your apps. Some people find it very difficult to update their apps. I know some people that are corporate to this. Update is the reason why the company send an update to your phone is for them to probably fix a security flaw that they've seen so that you won't be, prone to attack. Um, and before I round up, your network is your net worth. We would have heard this a lot. For you to learn anything faster, for you to earn more, build a network, follow the people that are doing the kind of things you want to do, see what they are doing, put yourself out there, you know, for your professional profile, build your LinkedIn profile, and join communities. If you are a photographer, join other photographers, follow what they are doing, try to see how they are doing better. you know, if there is any community for that particular skill that you are doing, try to look for them and try to join what they do. Try to see how they come together. Most of the times they will usually have insight into new tools. Sometimes they have free trainings, free workshops that you can always attend to know more. And by the time you start, joining communities and all, you will see somebody that can probably mentor you and take you to that next level that you are going to. So I wrote a 90-day roadmap down. It is we're entering December. The year doesn't really close.
Apologies, apologies. We were locked out, so we'll just continue now with our session. Sorry, I'm trying to add our guests so that we can continue the conversation. Facebook is saying connection failed though.